All right, back again. The Governor's Trail. So my intention today is to, I'm right up here. I'm going to try to do the red and yellow sections of this trail. That will be 20 miles. Now the orange is also 6. That would make it 26 miles. I don't think I'm going to do that. It all depends. Because I'm going to, I don't know, I may camp. This is it. This is the deviation point. This is the crossroads. I have to decide if I should just go back now or if I continue on and do 20 miles. I can tell you right now, the sun and the heat are not helping one bit. It's kind of making me want to go that way, which is the 9 miles. Because I don't have any suntan lotion. And my fear now is that I'm going to burn to death being out in the sun all day. And I just don't want that. But I'm doing that thing where I talk myself out of it. I don't know, man. Don't know. This sun. You know what? I came out here to do 20. Let's do 20. Fuck it. So, now begins the new section of the trail that I have not taped yet. The yellow, well, I'm to a connector to the yellow trail, but I believe this is it. Having never been down here before, not entirely sure, but from everywhere I saw on the map, this indicates that it is the connector to the yellow trail. Oof. No horses. What, over there? I don't see any sort of trail entrance. I guess I'll keep walking the road until I find something. It's going to be a real pain in the ass if I get down here and there's nothing. I have to walk all the way back up here. I think I can pull internet from this point, so if I get down here, I can check and see if this is right or not. I'm pretty sure it is, though. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Oh man, it is hot though. It is hot. I see a sign. We'll see what that amounts to once I get down here. It says parking. So I think this is the parking lot for the yellow trailhead, or yellow trail trailhead. You know, having never been here before. I'll wait till I get down there. Boom shakalaka, the yellow trail. Okay. It is now time to start it proper. So I have no idea what to expect now, so this is going to be somewhat interesting. I say somewhat interesting because it is side M. There's only so much interest to be had. This could be really rough going. This could be easy going. It's hard to say. By the looks of it already, it looks pretty rough going. Got some deer tracks. And of course, hooves from shoes of horses. Oh. But at least we're getting into some tree cover. I'm wanting that for the past probably 100, 200 feet. Oh boy. The sun is kind of going in and out of clouds, light clouds. It's not really heavy cloud cover, but I know that doesn't really mean anything for sunburn purposes and whatnot, but that's still better than absolute direct sun. Whew. This isn't too bad, actually. I was kind of expecting it to be very much like the other portion of the trail, but this seems a little bit more, I don't know, overgrown. Let's just hope it doesn't get super overgrown. Am I coming down into water? It looks like it. Got some rocks. Oh no. Oh no. Well, okay, there's some rocks I can cross over. I was like, son of a bitch, don't tell me I got to ford a stream. Ooh. Very smart, John. Downhill, holding your phone. On loose dirt, into the water. Okay, I got to kill this now because this is exactly what I was afraid of. I don't have my trekking poles and I got to cross this, so I'm actually going to drink some water and camel up here too, so I will do that. Just sitting in the creek, cameling up some water. I know, I'm like completely drenched. This thing's like wearing a trash bag. I don't know why I wear it. I really don't. But yeah, get in the water. And I'm going to try the water. I mean, it looks fine to me. Sawyer does its job. Just pulled a couple ticks off myself. Yeah, it's fine. Cooler than the water I've been carrying. I'm not going to drink anymore, but I got to empty out the rest of the Ceanoc bag because, well, I'm not drinking that much water. I can't fit that much in me. I don't know, I may sit here a little bit more. I mean, I'm doing like 3 miles per hour. I can take a little break. But, yeah, it pulled 3 ticks off me, I think. I had a feeling one was on me, but I wasn't entirely sure, but it definitely was. It's hot. It's very hot. I look like I'm puffy right there. I don't know what's going on with me. But, I'm getting old. What do you want? I'm almost 50. I mean, I'm 48 this year. 48. It's one of those things that you just never think you're going to actually say. And then you do. And it's like, it just doesn't seem right. I'm looking at myself on this video. I'm saying I'm 48. It just doesn't seem right. Still young at heart, I guess. But it is nice to be able to come out and enjoy stuff like this, even if I am sweating like crazy. It is nice to come out and enjoy nature. All right, I'm on the other side now, and now it's time to continue on. Cameled up a bit, topped off my leader. I got 2 full liters, and I'm gonna continue going. Now, keeping with my previous statement that I did not bring any food. I don't know why I brought my fuel and my cook stove, considering the fact that I brought no food. I guess I'm just going to bring it for that added weight. But I don't have anything to cook with or cook in it, so it's kind of pointless to have brought it. Nevertheless, We are at the parking lot for the Yellow Trail. Finally. So let's see where we are at on the map. We are there. So we came down from up there, went all along there. Now we're there. So we got to go. So technically, I guess we haven't even really started the Yellow Trail yet. We got a ways to go. All the way around there. Just to get back to this point, oh, I got to go all the way back up there. I got to cross back over that stream. Boo. All right, well, whatever. So, off we go. I guess I could go to the bathroom if I wanted to, but I don't have to. Trailhead 11 mile. So I guess this, loops back on itself? I don't know. I guess I'm going to find out. I am kind of totally committed to this now. Oh, I guess it's right here. So, clockwise, counterclockwise. Clockwise, counterclockwise. That's the choice right now. And I'm going to say counterclockwise. I don't know why. Something about this trail. I just hope it's not, the mileage isn't counterclockwise. I'm going to have to go, oh boy. Really? All right, I'm going to have to negotiate this over here to get over there. So without trekking poles, it's going to be kind of shitty. But I'm going to shut this off. So, onward and upward. You gotta love these equestrian trails. That's all Illinois loves. I know Missouri is kind of facing something now. I guess there's talks of a candidate running for governor, I believe. And Missouri is talking about reallocate or opening up the state park funding to the what do you call it? The general coffers. Basically, Missouri has it written into their law that there's earmarked out of the federal budget a certain set amount for maintaining state parks, upkeep, things like that. And this politician wants to change that and make it to where it's just it's funded from the general fund, not its own dedicated earmarked funding. And that's not good. That is not good for hiking trails, because I don't know for sure, but I will bet 50 to 1 that Illinois is set up the same way to pull from the general fund to fund state parks and whatever, and nothing gets done. Nothing at all. They spend all their money on game wardens. That's it. They don't care about conservation. Well, I take that back. Conservationists do exist. They are here. But it's more for wildlife refuges and wild plant management. Hiking and recreational activities. Well, I can't even say all recreational activities. Equestrian, camping, ATV. All well funded. And a lot of the funding for equestrian and ATV comes from private donors, enthusiasts, things like that. I mean, there's a reality that we hikers have to face. And I understand it. It doesn't stop me from complaining about it, but it's present nonetheless. There's not enough hikers. There's not enough people hiking. So it's like, what are you going to do? All these other, equestrian probably dominates hiking. In the state of Illinois, I'd say 10 to 1. And there's not that much equestrian activity. It's not really as prevalent as you may think, but still 10 to 1. And ATV, probably 1,000 to 1. Easily 1,000 to 1. So you have to understand the number games. Hiking is the lowest of the low priorities. And since but I also have to think sometimes that hiking also encroaches. It's just not favorable even at the state level. Much more imposition and regulation is put on hiking than anything else. And it's because they don't have the numbers and they don't have the support from the public. It's just one of those things that, like, hippies do, or however they justify it. But since there's no real power-based support within the state government, there's not enough actual foot traffic to warrant this kind of funding, and there's not enough people calling their congressmen and senators saying, hey, fund our parks. It's always low priority. Always low priority. But on the flip side, and this is the thing that gets me every time, is while the state wants to just outright ignore their responsibilities to upkeep and manage these parks, they will not let the average civilian do their own trail maintenance, carve paths, create anything, because they're just people. They're not licensed or registered to the state. They're not authorized to do so. And the bureaucracy stands in the way of anything being done. So, if anything, what the laws do is prevent people from enjoying public land. Because they say, no, we have to authorize the upkeep and maintenance of these parks. Are you going to do that? No, we don't have the funding. So it's a never-ending catch-22. So public land isn't really public land. It's state land. You have no rights to it, other than what the state says you have rights to. And it's always a situation of, you just gotta take what you get. And I may sound a little bitter in this one, but it's because I'm in Illinois, a state that could really not care at all. They couldn't be bothered to upkeep their state parks. Which is hilarious when you consider the fact Illinois is a blue through and through state. And being a progressive liberal state that it is, you'd think their priorities would shift a little bit closer toward enjoying nature, getting in touch with nature, providing ample areas of nature where people can get out and enjoy themselves. But it is, after all, the lowest priority. Of course, this is also Illinois, where if it's outside of Chicago, it might as well not even exist. Oh boy. Yeah. Politics. Yammer. The only time I care about politics, and it's not even from a partisanship, it's not even from a political standing, it's government in total. Government in total doesn't want to upkeep the parks that they agreed to fund and maintain. And that's the thing, when you make a tacit agreement to provide land for public use, and then you just shaft it on funding, you're not living up to the bargain that you yourself created. And there should be more people holding their feet to the fire, but they're not. Because like I said, 10 to 1, 100 to 1. Or, I'm sorry, 1,000 to 1. Hiking is not popular in Illinois. Unless you're from Chicago and you consider hiking Starved Rock. Then you'll have a well-funded park all day long. But most legitimate hikers, backpackers, outdoors people, they see Matthias and Starved Rock are, for all intents and purposes, theme parks. I mean, they're cool. It's nice to you take people out and show them nature and ooh and ah, but it's not really a outdoorsy experience, if you catch my drift. But this is okay, if you don't mind the fact that it's an equestrian trail. Oh, well, that was one hell of an uphill. But I re-emerged back into the sun. Man, I need to learn to take more breaks. The problem, as I see it so far with this trail, is that they don't, well, it's not a problem yet. I don't think they have the mile markers, so I'm not entirely sure how far I'll have gone. I can't track it like I could on the red trail, at least not yet. And the only thing I'm thinking of is that their mile markers may actually be a mile, not 0.8 miles, which is why I haven't come across one yet. I could be wrong though. I mean, they had the 11. Why wouldn't they have anything else? I'm just hoping to either see a 2 or a 10 here pretty soon. Or I may have already passed it, I don't know. I haven't really been too observant. Okay, I had to go back to a portion of the video where I went to that map and try to figure out which way to go, because this kind of, I've hit 2 forks already. But when I went in to go in the shade to go back to that video so I could pull a screenshot, I noticed that on the other side of a equestrian trail marker, the other side was yellow, so the yellow trail goes this way. Still haven't come across a mile marker yet though, so I'm just kind of winging it. But now I have a still of the map, and I can kind of reference that, figure out how far in I am, and see from there. I mean, a lot of it's just all the same. It's all this. So, if you like this, you're gonna love the Governor's Trail. That's why I say, like, you know, a trail system like this isn't very hard to upkeep, because it's not really dug into like hills or anywhere where there's got to be like steep inclined paths where you kind of have to work with nature to chisel out a path. Here they just run ATVs and tractors and stuff through, and then let the horses do the rest. I mean, you can clearly tell they come through and mow, but that's it. You know, it's just a path, which I can't complain. I know where I live, so it's not like I'm expecting, you know, the Appalachians or anything. But it's a chance to get out and to walk and to potentially camp, which I may be doing, probably, possibly. Considering the fact that this entire yellow trail is pretty much cut in half by a creek, I don't think there's a way to shortcut it like there is on the red trail in a lot of cases. So this is pretty much the path I'm on. For the next 4 to 5 hours. And, you know, Just is what it is. It gets a little boring. I'll pick it back up when there's something interesting going on. Now, I think part of the reason I enjoy hiking is it gets me out away from everyone. Because I really do enjoy my privacy and enjoy solitude. I don't like being around a bunch of people. So if this was more popular and got better funding, sure, the trails would be in much better condition. But then I'd be running into people every, half a mile to a mile on trails like this. If not in greater numbers. And that, I'm not saying that I would never come out if it was a popular trail. I go out to the AT all the time. But I don't think I would enjoy it as much. Hey, look, they do have the mileage signs. I skipped a whole one. Sorry, I'm trying to feel if there's a tick. So I'm mile 9. And I think it's like 2 o'clock or a little bit after, so. I think these are actual mile signs as opposed to the other that's like 0.8. I think these are literal actual miles. Another scenic overlook. So I could turn right, I assume. So all the scenic overlooks, I believe, are just dead ends. It doesn't say it's a dead end, though. But I ain't taking that chance. And this takes me back into the trees, so I like that. All right. So I'm going uphill. I've been going uphill for a little bit now. But I continue to go up. This is one of those times when I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just wasn't expecting a whole lot of uphill. And not to say that there was or is, but then you hit stuff like this. It's like, oh man, yeah, I guess there are still hills around here. Good. I mean, the uphills aren't like AT uphills where your pace slows down. That takes a lot out of you. I mean, I'm breathing heavy, but my muscles aren't strained. What? I was just at mile 8. Wasn't I? No, I was at mile 9. That's right. Another scenic overlook. That way. Yeah, I was at mile 9. That's right, 2 miles into the trail. Now I'm 3 miles into the 11-mile trail. So, in 3 more miles, I'm going to stop and possibly throw my hammock up and chill for a little bit. Because that'll be, what? Maybe 3-4 hours into this hike. So I'll definitely want to take a little break because I'll have 5 more miles to get off Yellow Trail, and then I think another 5 miles to get off Red Trail. So yeah, that's assuming I'm doing it all today. Mushrooms, which is a thing in and of itself. I mean, I kind of left it up to speculation. It's like, I'm either going to camp out here or I'm going to hike 20 miles today. I don't really want to do either, but I'm kind of committed at this point. So, back to the hiking I go. Going back downhill. Whew. Wow. Whoa. That's the one thing about not having my trekking poles. I run into every spider web out here. I've stumbled across quite a few deer out here. More than I expected. And I seem to get really close to them before they skedaddle, so I think I'm just being too quiet. Normally when it's me and Soraya, I'm usually talking to her, and we can't get anywhere close to a deer before they get startled. Except for Sam A. Baker, where that one was just staring at us. That was kind of bizarre. But normally, we usually just see their butts bopping in the air from about 100 yards away. I've gotten really close to them today several times. There's just not enough. They're always enshrouded in the woods. You can't really see them on camera. Ooh. Like I said before, or maybe I didn't say it before, but once I reach the 5-mile marker, I'm going to stop and take a break and contemplate what I'm going to do. Because, I don't believe I'm going to be able to do 20 miles today. I mean, I don't know for sure. But if I do, I am going to be a wore-out boy. I mean, what am I? Mile 8? So I'm 7 miles in to the trip so far. So after 3 more miles, I'll be able to tell you whether or not I'm going to be able to do that all over again. Whew. But it has been an interesting new experience. I constantly check my legs for ticks. Back up again. But yeah, it's almost gotten to the point where I know the red trail so well that I don't know. I'd say it's just kind of boring, but I'm not saying that this is a laugh riot or anything. The wow factor is pretty much on par with the red trail. So, oh boy. In all regards, it's just another version of it. But it is new. So I had no idea I was coming up to yet another incline. My camera's probably getting really hazy because I'm getting really sweaty. Here I am back out in the sun again for a little bit. Looks like I go right back in here. There's the soybeans. I don't know. Bye, field. Whew. So I don't have to spend too long out in the sun. I'm already so hot. The shade is keeping things cool, but I don't know. I got an arrow heading right back out in that field. Boo. Mile 7. Well, that's in reverse. Wow, this is really foggy. Hold on. There we go. That's better. So, 2 more miles, then I'm taking a break. Hopefully there's water there, because I plan on chugging a liter. I want to leave myself enough water to get back to water itself. A stream, or hell, even a pond. But I'm conserving water now. Sort of. I know, not really parched or anything, but I may be after this. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't long. My back is starting to hurt. That puts me 8 miles in today. Whew. Man. The sun is brutal. Looks like we're wrapping back around to go back in. Oh. It is definitely brutal though. Don't want to spend too much time out in that. Oh boy. It looks like there's sun through there. We'll figure it out. Well, I spoke too soon. Because right back out in the sun I go. Geesh. Kind of did a couple of weird switchbacks. Now, I'm hoping I get to some shade pretty soon. Because man, this is brutal. I mean, I was in it for a while before, but now just being in it a little bit is really taxing. Whew. On the Governor's Trail, you get the corn tour. At least in the summer you do. It's funny because I'll go into the woods, I'll be in the shade for like a little bit, and then it sends me back out to this. This whole mile may just be me walking in the sun at this point. Oh, I am so sweaty right now. And then the thought occurred to me, well, when I get to the mile marker 5, I have to be able to hang my hammock somewhere in order to really relax. And based on the trees I'm seeing, there's not a lot of clearing. There's trees, yes, but it's so overgrown between them that it doesn't really do me any good. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll figure it out. It's interesting. But that remains to be seen when I get to mile marker 5. I hear some sort of machinery. I'm assuming it's farming equipment over there. But I'm not going over there. I'm going over here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hey! It's the Orange Trail. How about that? Mile 6. So, although this is not a great map. Wow, you can't even differentiate orange from yellow. Nice. Okay, well. Mile 6. Boing. Mile 6 to mile 6. How about them apples? So, I got one more mile to go before I take a break. So that's not too bad. I think that thing's coming this way. I gotta go down here. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna have to clear a path. And there he goes. So I won't be worried about, well, not worried, but I won't be seeing deer for a little bit because he was absolutely going to scare them all away. See, that's what they mow the grass with. That thing right there. And he is with Illinois Department of Conservation. Sweet gig if you ask me. He probably gets paid a lot. But yeah, asked if I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm just out hiking. People see me and they think, that guy's about to die. It's what you get for being a fat guy who goes out hiking. Especially when you sweat like a pig, because everyone thinks you're going to keel over a heart attack, and it's like, my heart is in perfect condition. I'm in perfect health. Ooh, he softened up the ground a bit. Nice. Now how about this? I had a feeling I was going to have to cross that creek eventually, and I didn't know how I was going to have to navigate it, but woo! Nice little bridge. Oh, I could have crossed that anyway. I mean, geesh. There's barely anything down there, but man, I'd like to get at some of that water. That's a hell of a down though to get there, so I don't know. I'd like to get to that water though. I mean, I got 2 liters on me, but I would like to refill my liters. Now there is a path right down there. I don't know if it'd be worth trying for though. I don't know. I'm just gonna chance going. Screw it, why not? But that was nice. That was the most interesting thing on the Governor's Trail so far. The bridge. Now I get to so ends the freshly cut grass, because I was wondering what that was, but the yellow trail goes this way too. Old boy on the tractor went the other way, so now I get what I get. But he's probably been out here all day mowing, so it did seem like it was pretty well cut, so he's probably been doing it all day. Ooh. Oh, I'm looking forward to this break. My feet are starting to feel it. I mean, once I get to the 5 mile mark, I'll have hiked 10 miles. So a break will give me a nice point to refresh, chug some water, kick back. Oh, there. Looks like there's be some areas in here. I don't know, those are pretty thin branches. This ground's an abomination. Whew. But I'll pick it up at mile marker 5. Got some pretty massive down trees. I think that's all part of the same tree though. Whew. And all this clearing that I'm in where the sun's getting me is probably what that tree blocked. Time to get back in the shade. I went down a ways, so I didn't know if you saw that chipmunk or not, but it just scurried across the trail. Yep, just as I thought. I was like, I just came down a bunch, so I'm probably beginning an uphill trek. And sure enough, I am. Holding to the big fat hike adage. What goes down must come up. I'm gonna get t-shirts printed. Oh, I'm not sure where I'm at. I know I have to be close to the 5 mile mark at least, but I'm taking a break anyway. I can't find any trees to hang from, so I'm just gonna have to sit on the ground for a little bit. Nevertheless, I'm pretty much 10 miles in, and let me just say, I am hot and sweaty, and my pack is covered in these little sweat bees. So yeah, I'm tired now. I have 5 more miles of the yellow trail before I have to go back and then reconnect with the red trail. Then I think I have 5 miles of that too. So 10 miles left. I'm halfway through the 20 miles. It begs the question, because it's like 3:30 and my pace is slowing, I can tell. And I really wish I could hang my hammock, because these oh my God, there's like hundreds of them. I can't really relax with these things flying all around me. Okay, something's off. Mile 3. Mile 3? That's impossible. That's impossible. I don't know what just happened. I'm gonna have to download a map somehow and figure out where the hell I'm at, because I just jumped from like mile 5 to mile 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out. Well, it would appear that I lost the trail at some point, and I don't know how, jumped over to another trail, or section of the trail, bypassing a couple of miles of trail apparently. So I don't know how to get back onto the trail proper. So I'm walking the road back to the parking lot for the yellow trail. At which point, I guess I'll cross back over and hike the rest of the way out from there. But I don't know, somewhere I got jumbled up. So what I mean, man, when you have a fork or you have a turn and you don't properly mark which way to go, the whole thing becomes a choose your own adventure sort of deal. I should call this channel Land of the Lost, or The Lost Hiker. Dumbass who doesn't take a... So I found a place to get back on trail, pretty close to the road I was walking. So now I'm just probably not even a mile out from the parking lot, or from the, I should say, the access point to go back to the red trail. So I'm really feeling it. I'm really it's like after that 10 miles, man, it's always the same thing. It's like I hike for 10 miles and then something changes inside of me. It's like, no more. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to just hike back the way I came on the red trail. That way it's only 4 miles instead of 5. All right. I'm back at the parking lot area. So I think I'm just going to chill here for a second, or a bit, at this camp picnic table, drink my water, and then make my way out. Ooh, my hips hurt pretty bad. Ooh. Sounds like there's a lot of flies in that bathroom. Okay. You know what? Now that I'm here, I'm going to take a photo of the actual trail. Okay. I am... You can tell by the clouds that it got awful cloudy. Taking the trail shortcut, because I don't even think I'm going to be able to do 4 miles to get back. I'm pretty wasted. Wow, okay. This is going to get a little hairy. The shortcut goes between the cornfields. So, into the mix I go. There's probably going to be snakes galore. Deer, probably. It's not fun. I used to detassel when I was younger, and I used to get my skin all sliced up if I didn't wear long sleeve shirts. And it's in summer, you know. Who's going to wear a long sleeve shirt in the summer? Pfft, kids who are detasseling, that's who. So, and yeah, I never got the fortune of being on the machine. I was on the machine once. This is like talking about stuff from like, you know, the 80s. But they used to have machines that they'd put you on, run through the rows. You'd stand on this little platform that it would extend out away from the tractor, like, you know, a couple rows, maybe 6 rows on each side, and like almost like a little basket, if you will, or like a roll cage. A little platform you stand on, a little bit of metal around you, just keep you in place, and then you just go by and you pick those things off the very top. You don't do it to every one of them, but you do the male crops, I don't know. You just pull those things right out. They're like shoots, just That's all we did. All summer long. Day after day. But usually, I mean, when they get up that tall, you got to be in a machine to do it. But the fields I got sent out on, they were still relatively short. So in the field on foot I go, walking through a mud field. We're walking through the rows, pulling the tassels, having some prick pull out a stalk from the ground and launch it at you from a couple rows over. It was almost like a rite of passage when I was growing up. Everybody detasseled, and I did it for several years after that too. This brings back memories. Trying to kill the time while I make my way back, because it takes my mind off my feet hurting. My camera's a little hazy, so you might not be able to see it. There's a little bunny right up there on the trail. That's a bit better. He's ducked down though. He's gonna have to move because I gotta go. There he goes. Go on, bunny. Go on. There we go. And I am back on the trail proper. Oh, I didn't want to hike all that other part back. I'm just all, down and up the hill. I got a blister on my toe, and I'm just bummed that I got off trail. And my hips are really starting to hurt. It's a little foolish of me to not go hiking for a while and then go jump right into I'm going to do 20 miles. I do that all the time though. But I mean, I got pretty close. 15 miles is nothing small. But nevertheless, I didn't get my 20. I've enjoyed my hike today. It's just, it sucks that I couldn't finish it the way I wanted to finish it. When you hike, the more you do, the more your body builds up, and the easier it gets. Not easier, but the more endurance you have overall. But it has its limits, I'm an old man. I'm an old fat man. And I have to know my limits. We are all human. And in our minds, we may conjure up some delusion that we're more than that. But the doing always reminds us of our limitations. It's just sometimes you learn those limitations too late. Yeah, it's a cat. What are you doing, kitty? I've never seen a cat just hanging out here. Huh.